Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MLG 2011 Pro Circuit here in Anaheim, California. Day 9, there is one thing I am certain of, that out there in that crowd, there is a man, and his name is Sir Scoots. And tonight, during this matchup, he will know that an EG member will win.
I thought you were going to be like, he's upset that we're about to see EG.IdrA versus EGiNcontroL. But that is a good point. It is impossible.
It's impossible
for both EG members to lose this game. So there you go, Sir Scoots. You're looking awfully handsome today.
He'll be okay with that. So
yeah,
I'm excited for this matchup. Now, a little history behind this, because we always see these matchups where team kills may or may not be involved. Pool A has a whole slew of potential team kills. Of course, not elimination, but certainly you hurt your teammates' chances of having a better position in the championship brackets. And in this situation, we've seen EGiNcontroL having to face his teammates a lot in past MLGs, and we all know what matchup I'm talking about. Of course, Machine versus EGiNcontroL.
EGiNcontroL versus Machine, one of the most epic, long-form rivalries in StarCraft 2. We really have gotten the chance to see EGiNcontrol's very solid long-term play in PvZ. But what has his shape been? He spent so much time in the last several months devoted to casting, coaching, doing those community-focused activities, and now he's back on EG boot camping. Has he rediscovered that old style again? Is he trying something new? Regardless, he's up against EdRA, who's known to be good and always has a crazy strategy prepared. I mean, whether it be his usual crazy timing pushes that we've seen him try with the Roach Hydra against MC, or the drop style we saw against MC, I hear that he is now recoiling away from the Roach Hydra mix and doing more of just the more interesting unit mixes.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see exactly how this will play out. It's always one of those interesting situations where two players know each other very well. They're practicing all the time. There you've got EdRA and EGiNcontroL, and, you know, it's kind of telling, those portraits right there. I mean, it doesn't just say pictures worth 1,000 words.
Look at EdRA. He's glaring right at EGiNcontroL, who's just smiling at you.
Like, hey, you know, let's talk about horses.
I know. And look at his age, not applicable. He is a Highlander.
We'll never know. But there can be only one Day 9, and so we're going to be starting off on MLG Dual Sight.
Ooh, now this is the map that we did get the chance to see Naniwa open brilliantly against Dongray Gu, but that Baneling drop timing push was a little bit too strong. But I wonder if EdRA has that kind of aggression in him. We've seen him favor more of the more expo-focused, the more passive styles. And EGiNcontroL, interestingly, also favors that style in PvZ.
And we've also seen EdRA do that kind of hyper-aggressive drop play as well, which seems to be pretty good versus Protoss in certain situations. So I'm ready to go. Looks like both players are ready to go. The question is are you ready to go out there? I know it's a lot to ask, folks, but you better be getting your second win right now, because we got the GSL Finals as we're counting down, only about an hour and a half, 2 hours away as well. So we're going to be finishing off Day 1 here at MLG Anaheim. And here we go, Day 9. Where are our players at?
In the right position, we have the man known as the bad boy in esports. One of the top 4 in Zergs. It is EG.IdrA. And in the bottom left, also one of the most well-known figures in the StarCraft community. He's done it all, playing, casting, coaching, podcasting. It is EGiNcontroL.
He certainly does have a full plate in control. Just so happens that I do a show with both of these guys right here, so I get to hear a lot of their insight on inside the game. Along with another guy out there who's playing, Pain User, shout out to him. But EGiNcontroL has said, Day 9, that he is also wanting to put that focus back into playing. And, you know, I think when I hear you say what you said earlier on, I think to myself, the question is how long does it really take to reach that old form like you talk about? You know, is it going to happen overnight? Probably not. But I know that EGiNcontroL has a lot of desire to just sort of bring himself back into the game.
Yeah, that's always an important thing to note. 12 hours practicing is a lot different when it's 12 hours that you want to practice and 12 hours that you're trying to just make yourself do because you know it's important to play a lot of StarCraft. I mean, EGiNcontroL is a sort of player who's been limited from playing, and now that he has the freedom to, when you have that passion, your practice is twice as good.
And EGiNcontroL here with this probe, Just waiting on over here. And we've got, of course, the patrol. But more interesting is that the pylon is down. And there we're going to see the pylon for the block as well. Now, EGiDrA did put his pool down. No gas quite yet. So he's going to be okay with that. And based off of where we have this probe here at the natural, some sort of a quick expansion going to be going down here. I believe it's just going to be the Nexus.
Yeah, it looks like EGiNcontroL, interestingly, has quite a bit of money. Oh, the cancel and rebuilding the pylon. We see EGiDrA having quite a lot of money stockpiled up, plants down a queen, getting the Zerglings immediately. EGiNcontroL planting his Nexus as well. However, we see EGiNcontroL is going to be very, very thin on the timing for this cannon. Okay, it's going to take 45 seconds for this forge to build. And then, as we can see, another 40 seconds for the photon cannon to build, and that is quite the close distances between these bases. When you think that it's over a minute for all that to get up, I mean, EGiDrA might very well push with these starting 3 Zerglings and could do a little bit of damage, but EGiDrA comfortably expands to his 3rd base.
Yeah, and I'm not too surprised to see that, in fact. And now one thing I'm looking at is that Overlord, checking out its vision. You can see, well, there's absolutely nothing inside the base. I completely expect this Overlord to change course and check out the choke, knowing that it's more than likely there is some sort of fast expansion going on. Meanwhile, we do have this one Ling chasing around our probe up here. I do not think he saw the 3rd. He did see the 3rd, so EGiNcontroL knows exactly what's going on. That Overlord, though, has not moved at all, seeing if there's anything in the back. So this is his first vision he's going to see of this front.
We do see EGiNcontroL, like most Protosses, saving up Chrono Boost. You really cannot over Chrono Boost when you're doing an early expand build. It's very easy to get yourself supply blocked. And again, EGiDrA using those early Zerglings to arrive at EGiNcontrol's base. The cannon did manage to finish in time, and EGiNcontroL is going to be up against an early 3rd base from EGiDrA. But of course, I'm certain EGiNcontroL knew that upon seeing the distance hatchery get planted. There is the cybernetics core going down, and traditionally EGiNcontroL has been more of a gatewaying, a more colossusing player. I don't think that we're actually going to see that much air out of EGiNcontroL.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine so either. Now, EGiDRA's keeping a couple of Lings down below. We can see is the one Zealot is moving out now. The 3rd base, or the base at the 3rd, is completed. We got drones moving over there. The natural hatchery only at about 50% right now, Sean, but we are going to have quite a bit moving over. And look at that timing. Just as the drones arrive, the Zealot prances in. The Queen has not reacted yet. Here we do have a couple Lings coming out. One Ling will go down. There's the surround on the Zealot. He'll clean this up, and I do not believe we have a follow-up unit to that.
Drones are actually remarkably strong units, Wheat.
Yeah, they can take some damage.
I remember when the drone rush would win on Steps of War a lot, and that was a scary thing you had to worry about. Well, drone defense, just as good. We've been seeing that pop up more and more frequently, and there's the fast +1 from EGiNcontroL. Going to be a big sign that we will see some aggression pop out soon. Might even be going for that ever-popular +2 rush that we're seeing more and more frequently. And oh, he gets another probe.
Yeah, the whole position here on these Lings, they are going to get thwarted by this one stalker that comes out, but the whole position on those Lings was really, really well done. Basically forcing EGiNcontroL to really pay attention to that last mineral patch. He's going to try to make it in, and no, the Zergling takes the 2 hits, and that is all she wrote. Now, what is EGiDrA doing right now? Continuing to drone up. He is currently sitting at 37 drones. He's got 5 more on the way. A few more